Stop. Listen closely because I am about to say something impossible, but it's absolutely true. Your season of suffering has an expiration date, and that date is closer than you think. In the next 45 seconds, I'm going to reveal the one thing blocking your blessings and the exact moment it breaks, but only if you stay until the very end. Don't skip. Don't scroll. This message will set you free forever. My dear child, right now in this very moment, something beautiful is happening all around you. There is a warmth wrapping itself around your heart. A gentle whisper in the stillness telling you that everything is going to be all right. You are not reading these words by accident. You are here because your soul needed to hear this message today. You are here because somewhere deep inside, you have been searching for hope, for comfort, for a sign that better days are coming. And I want you to know with absolute certainty that those better days are not just coming, they are already on their way to you. Let me tell you something that will change how you see everything that has happened in your life. Every single tear you have cried, every single night you spent awake worrying, every single moment when you felt like giving up, I was there. I was counting those tears. I was sitting beside you in that darkness. I was holding you even when you could not feel my presence. You see, my child, I never left you, not even for a second. When you thought you were completely alone, walking through the hardest storms of your life, I was walking right next to you. I was the strength in your legs when you thought you could not take another step. I was the tiny spark of hope in your heart that refused to die even when everything around you seemed hopeless. Think about a seed that is planted deep in the dark soil. That seed cannot see the sun. It is surrounded by darkness, buried under layers of earth. And if that seed could think, it would probably believe it was forgotten, abandoned, left to die in the cold ground. But something miraculous is happening to that seed. Even in all that darkness, the darkness is not its enemy. The darkness is actually preparing it, softening it, helping it break open so that new life can emerge. And then one day, when the time is exactly right, that seed pushes through the soil and reaches toward the light. It becomes something beautiful, something that gives fruit and shade and life to others. My dear child, you are that seed. Everything you have been through, all the darkness you have experienced, it was not meant to destroy you. It was preparing you for something magnificent. You have been incredibly strong. Do you realize that? Sometimes we do not see our own strength because we are too close to our own story. We only see the struggles, the failures, the times we fell down. But I see something different. I see every single time you got back up. I see every morning you chose to try again, even when you did not feel like it. I see the courage it took for you to keep going when everything inside you wanted to quit. That kind of strength does not come from easy times. That kind of strength is forged in fire, shaped by challenges, and refined through difficulties. And now you have that strength inside you. It is part of who you are now. Nobody can take that away from you. Let me tell you about the season that is opening up before you right now. Imagine walking through a long, cold winter. The trees are bare, the ground is frozen, and everything looks gray and lifeless. You walk through this winter day after day, month after month, until you almost forget what warmth feels like. You almost forget that flowers exist, that trees can be green, that the sun can feel warm on your skin. But then something shifts. You start to notice tiny changes. The air smells different. The birds start singing again. Little green shoots begin pushing up through the cold ground. And suddenly, almost overnight, spring arrives. Color explodes everywhere. Life returns. Everything that looked dead was actually just sleeping, gathering energy, preparing for this moment of rebirth. My child, your spring is arriving. Your season of bloom and growth and beauty is here. This new season is not just about receiving good things, though many good things are coming your way. This season is about transformation. It is about you stepping into a version of yourself that you have always had the potential to become. Think about a caterpillar that wraps itself in a cocoon. Inside that cocoon, something that looks like destruction is actually creation. The caterpillar literally dissolves, breaks down into something that looks like nothing. But from that nothing, wings begin to form. Colors begin to emerge. A completely new creature is being born. And when that butterfly finally breaks free from the cocoon, it does not go back to crawling on the ground. It flies, it soars, it experiences the world in a completely new way. You are emerging from your cocoon right now. You are discovering your wings. And soon you are going to fly in ways you never imagined possible. The blessings that are coming to you are not random. They are not luck. They are not coincidence. They are the natural result of seeds you have been planting, often without even realizing it. Every kind word you spoke when you could have been bitter, that was a seed. Every time you helped someone even when you were struggling yourself, that was a seed. Every moment you chose faith over fear, hope over despair, love over anger, you were planting seeds. And now, my dear child, it is harvest time. Gardens do not grow overnight. A farmer plants seeds in spring, tends them through summer, and harvests in fall. There is a process, a timing, a season for everything. Your season of harvest is here. Now I want to talk to you about something very important. I want to talk to you about my timing. You have probably wondered many times why certain things did not happen when you wanted them to happen. You prayed for something, you worked for something, you hoped for something, but it did not come. And maybe you felt disappointed. Maybe you felt like I was not listening, like I did not care, like your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling and going nowhere. But let me explain something to you that will change how you understand everything. When you look at a tapestry from the back, all you see is tangled threads, knots, chaos. It looks like a mess. But when you flip that tapestry over and look at the front, you see a beautiful picture. Every single thread, even the ones that looked random and wrong, they were all necessary to create that picture. Your life is like that tapestry. You have been looking at it from the back, seeing only tangles and knots. But I have been looking at it from the front, seeing the beautiful picture that is emerging. And every single thing that happened, even the things that seemed wrong or painful or unfair, they were all threads contributing to this beautiful picture of your life. When I tell you that my timing is perfect, I mean that I see what you cannot see yet. I see the person you are becoming. I see the lessons you needed to learn. I see the strength you needed to develop. I see the connections that needed to happen. I see the doors that needed to close so that better doors could open. I see all of it at once, past and present and future, all woven together. And from where I stand, I can see that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. That job you did not get. I was protecting you from something that would have made you miserable. That relationship that ended. I was making room for the right person to enter your life. That plan that fell apart. I had a better plan waiting. Trust me, my child. Trust my timing. What seems like a delay is often protection. What seems like a denial is often redirection. What seems like a disappointment is often a blessing in disguise. Let me paint a picture for you of what is coming. Imagine waking up one morning and feeling something you have not felt in a long time. Peace. Not the absence of problems, but the presence of calm even when problems exist. You will wake up, and your first thought will not be worry or anxiety. Your first thought will be gratitude. You will look around at your life and realize that things have shifted in ways you did not even notice happening. The relationships that were draining you, they will either transform or fade away. and new relationships will emerge with people who truly see you, appreciate you, value you. The situations that were stressing you, solutions will appear, often from completely unexpected sources. The dreams you had given up on, they will wake back up inside you, stronger than ever, and this time you will have the clarity and energy to pursue them. Money and resources that you needed will start flowing toward you. Not because you are suddenly lucky, but because you are aligning with abundance. You have been operating from a mindset of lack, constantly worried about not having enough. But abundance is not about how much you have. Abundance is about trusting that you will always have what you need when you need it. And as you step into this trust, you will notice something amazing. Opportunities will present themselves. People will offer help. Things will work out in ways that seem almost magical. This is not magic. This is how life operates when you are in alignment with the flow of blessings that is always trying to reach you. Your health will improve. If you have been carrying stress in your body, feeling tired all the time, dealing with aches and pains that seem to have no medical explanation, you will notice these things beginning to lift. Your body has been holding all the tension of your struggles. As your mind finds peace, as your heart finds hope, as your spirit finds rest, your body will follow. You will have more energy. You will sleep better. You will feel lighter, younger, more alive. This is what happens when healing reaches not just your circumstances, but your entire being. I want to pause here for a moment and tell you something. If these words are touching your heart, if you are feeling something shift inside you as you hear this message, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Let this be a space you can return to whenever you need encouragement, whenever you need to be reminded of these truths, whenever you need to feel connected to something bigger than your problems. There are more messages like this waiting for you. Messages that will continue to guide you, uplift you, and remind you of who you really are and what you are truly capable of. So take a moment right now. Click that subscribe button and make this channel part of your journey forward. You deserve to fill your life with voices that speak hope into your heart. Now let us talk about something that might be difficult to hear, but is absolutely necessary for you to understand. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay in your life. You have been holding on to people, to situations, to old versions of yourself, because letting go feels scary. Change feels scary. The unknown feels scary. But my child, there is something much scarier than change. It is staying stuck in a place that no longer serves you, surrounded by people who do not truly love you, doing things that do not bring you joy, living a life that does not reflect who you really are. That is the real danger, not change, stagnation. I am going to remove some things from your life. Some of these removals will hurt. Some of them will confuse you. You might not understand why a certain person suddenly drifts away, why a certain door suddenly closes, why a certain path suddenly becomes blocked. But I need you to trust me on this. I am not taking things away to punish you. I am removing what is blocking your blessings. I am clearing out the old to make room for the new. I am pruning the branches of your life so that it can grow stronger and bear better fruit. Think about a gardener who tends a fruit tree. When the gardener looks at that tree, they do not just admire the branches. They look carefully to see which branches are dead, which ones are diseased, which ones are taking energy away from the healthy parts of the tree. And then the gardener takes pruning shears and cuts away those branches. To someone watching who does not understand gardening, this might look cruel. It might look like the gardener is hurting the tree. But the gardener knows something the observer does not know. Pruning is not about destruction. Pruning is about promoting growth. By cutting away what is dead or diseased, The gardener allows the tree to direct all its energy toward healthy branches, toward producing fruit, toward thriving instead of just surviving. My child, I am your gardener, and I am pruning your life right now. Trust the process. What is leaving was never meant to stay. What is staying is strong enough to support your growth. And what is coming will be better than anything you have ever known. Let me tell you about the kind of people who are about to enter your life. These will be people who see you, truly see you, not just the version of you that you show to the world, but the real you underneath. They will be people who celebrate your successes instead of feeling threatened by them. They will be people who support your dreams instead of trying to talk you out of them. They will be people who tell you the truth, even when it is uncomfortable, because they care more about your growth than your approval. They will be people who show up, who keep their word, who invest in the relationship as much as you do. These are the people who are aligned with your new season. These are the people who will walk with you into your destiny. And in the same way, I am bringing new opportunities to you. These opportunities might not look the way you expected. They might come dressed in ordinary clothes, through casual conversations in unexpected moments. So I need you to stay alert. I need you to pay attention. When someone mentions something that sparks your interest, follow that spark. When an idea drops into your mind out of nowhere, write it down and explore it. When a door opens even just a crack, peek through it and see what is on the other side. I am constantly sending you signs, signals, nudges, and whispers. Most people miss them because they are looking for something dramatic, something obvious, something that matches the picture in their head of what a blessing should look like. But some of the biggest blessings come in the smallest packages. The conversation that changes your career might happen in a coffee shop. The person who becomes your greatest friend might sit next to you on a bus. The idea that launches your dream might come while you are doing dishes. Stay awake. Stay aware. Stay open. Now I want to talk to you about forgiveness, because you cannot move fully into your new season while carrying the weight of old grudges. There are people who hurt you. There are people who betrayed you, disappointed you, abandoned you. And you have every right to feel the pain of those experiences. I am not telling you to pretend those things did not happen. I am not telling you to trust people who prove themselves untrustworthy. But I am telling you that holding on to bitterness and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. It does not hurt them, it hurts you. It keeps you chained to the past. It blocks the flow of blessings trying to reach you. Forgiveness is not about them. Forgiveness is about you. It is about setting yourself free. It is about deciding that you will not give anyone the power to keep you stuck in pain. Some of the people who hurt you will never apologize. Some of them will never even realize what they did wrong. Some of them might still think they were justified. You cannot wait for them to change, to acknowledge, to make amends. You have to release them anyway, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You deserve to move forward. You deserve to reclaim the energy you have been spending on anger and redirect it toward joy. And while you are forgiving others, do not forget to forgive yourself. You have made mistakes. You have said things you wish you could take back. You have done things you are not proud of. You have missed opportunities. You have made poor choices. Join the rest of humanity, my child. Everyone has a list of regrets. Everyone wishes they could go back and do some things differently. But you cannot change the past. You can only learn from it and move forward. So forgive yourself. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love. Would you constantly remind someone you care about of every mistake they ever made? Would you keep telling them they are not good enough, smart enough, strong enough? Of course not. So why do you do that to yourself? Treat yourself with the same compassion you show to others. You are doing the best you can with what you know, and that is enough. You are enough. Let me tell you something about your prayers that you might not realize. Every prayer you have ever spoken is still alive. Prayers do not expire. They do not get lost. They do not get ignored. When you pray, you are sending energy into the universe, creating ripples that move outward, setting things in motion. Sometimes prayers are answered immediately. Sometimes they are answered in ways you do not recognize. And sometimes they are answered years later, when the timing is finally right. But they are always answered. Always. Not always in the way you expected or hoped, but always in the way that serves your highest good. There are prayers you prayed 5 years ago that are being answered right now. There are prayers you prayed last month that are being answered in this very moment. And there are prayers you will pray tomorrow that will be answered years from now. When you have grown into the person who can handle that blessing, nothing is wasted. Nothing is forgotten. I hear every word you speak to me. And I am always working behind the scenes to bring you what you need when you need it. Speaking of prayers, I want to talk to you about gratitude. Gratitude is the fastest way to shift your energy from lack to abundance, from despair to hope, from feeling stuck to feeling free. When you focus on what is wrong in your life, you create more of what is wrong. But when you focus on what is right, even the tiniest things, you create more of what is right. This is not positive thinking propaganda. This is how energy works. What you focus on expands. What you appreciate appreciates. So I challenge you to start a daily gratitude practice. Every single day, before you do anything else, think of 3 things you are grateful for. Not the same 3 things every day. Find new things. The comfortable bed you slept in, the water that comes out of your tap, the ability to see, hear, walk, breathe, the person who smiled at you yesterday, the song that lifted your mood, the memory that made you laugh, the lesson that made you stronger. There is always something to be grateful for if you look for it, and the more you practice looking for it, the more you will find. Gratitude rewires your brain. It changes your perspective. It opens your heart. It positions you to receive more blessings. Now let me address something that has been weighing on your heart. You have been comparing yourself to other people. You look at their lives on social media, their accomplishments, their relationships, their success, and you wonder why your life does not look like that. You wonder what they have that you do not have. You wonder why things seem to come so easily for them while you struggle. My dear child, you are looking at the highlight reel of their life and comparing it to the behind the scenes footage of your own life. That is not a fair comparison. Everyone has struggles. Everyone has pain. Everyone has moments of doubt and fear. The difference is that most people only show you their victories, not their battles. And even more importantly, their journey is not your journey. Their timeline is not your timeline. Their blessings are not your blessings. What is meant for them is meant for them, and what is meant for you is meant for you. You are not in competition with anyone. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth. Focus on your own path. Focus on your own progress. When you stop comparing and start celebrating both your own journey and the journeys of others, you will find so much more peace and joy. Let me tell you about the power that is inside you. You have been walking around thinking you are ordinary, thinking you are limited, thinking you are defined by your past or your circumstances or other people's opinions of you. But that is not who you are. You are made of stardust and divine energy. You carry within you the same power that creates galaxies, that makes flowers bloom, that turns winter into spring. You have the power to create, to transform, to overcome anything that stands in your way. The only thing that has been limiting you is your belief that you are limited. Think about an elephant in a circus. When that elephant is very young, the circus trainers tie one of its legs to a stake in the ground with a rope. The baby elephant tries to pull free, but it is not strong enough to break the rope or pull out the stake. Eventually, the elephant stops trying. It learns that it cannot escape. Years pass. The elephant grows into a massive, powerful creature that could easily snap that rope or rip that stake out of the ground. But it never tries. Why? Because it still believes it cannot. It is imprisoned not by the rope, but by its belief. My child, what rope is holding you? What belief is keeping you stuck? What story are you telling yourself about what you can and cannot do? It is time to test that rope. It is time to discover that you are so much stronger than you think you are. You have gifts inside you that the world needs. You have talents that you have not fully explored. You have ideas that could change lives. You have love that could heal broken hearts. You have wisdom that could guide lost souls. But all of these gifts remain dormant if you do not step into your power, if you do not trust yourself, if you do not take action. The world does not need another version of someone else. The world needs you, the real you, the authentic you. The you that shows up fully, speaks your truth, shares your gifts, and lives your purpose. Let me address the fear that is holding you back. You are afraid of failing. You are afraid of being judged. You are afraid of being rejected. You are afraid of not being good enough. These fears are normal. Everyone has them. But here is what you need to understand. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. Every person who has achieved anything significant has failed many times along the way. Thomas Edison tried thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When someone asked him how it felt to fail so many times, he said he had not failed. He had simply discovered thousands of ways that did not work. That is the mindset you need. Failure is just information. It tells you what does not work so you can adjust and try something different. And as for judgment and rejection, let me be very clear about this. You will be judged no matter what you do. If you play small, people will judge you for wasting your potential. If you play big, people will judge you for being too ambitious. If you are kind, some will say you are weak. If you are strong, some will say you are harsh. You cannot control what other people think about you, and trying to do so is exhausting and impossible. So you might as well do what makes you happy, what fulfills you, what aligns with your truth. The people who are meant to be in your life will love and support the real you. The people who cannot handle the real you were never your people anyway. Let me tell you what is going to happen as you step into this new season. You are going to feel uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Leaving your comfort zone is, by definition, uncomfortable. But there is a huge difference between uncomfortable and wrong. Uncomfortable means you are stretching. Uncomfortable means you are learning. Uncomfortable means you are evolving. Do not run back to what is comfortable just because what is new feels scary. Caterpillars do not become butterflies by staying comfortable. Seeds do not become trees by staying comfortable. You do not become the person you are meant to be by staying comfortable. Embrace the discomfort. Lean into it. Trust that on the other side of this discomfort is a version of you that is stronger, wiser, more confident, more aligned with your purpose. Every time you do something that scares you, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. You build courage. You build resilience. You build faith in yourself. And each time it gets a little easier. Not because the challenges get smaller, but because you get bigger. I want to talk to you about your health for a moment. Your body is a temple, a sacred vessel that carries your spirit through this life. You have not been treating it with the respect and care it deserves. You have been filling it with stress, with poor food, with lack of sleep, with negative thoughts and emotions that create chemical reactions that make you sick. Your body is trying to communicate with you through symptoms, through pain, through exhaustion. It is asking you to slow down, to rest, to nourish it properly, to move it gently, to speak kindly to it. Start treating your body as the gift it is. Feed it real food that comes from the earth, not from factories. Give it water, pure and clean. Give it movement, not punishing exercise, but joyful movement that makes you feel alive. Give it rest, real rest, where you unplug from screens and demands and just allow yourself to be. Give it sunlight and fresh air. Give it touch, whether through massage or hugging people you love, or even just placing your own hand on your heart and offering yourself comfort. Your body will respond to this love. It will heal. It will thrive. It will serve you well. And along with caring for your body, care for your mind. Your mind is incredibly powerful, but it can also be your worst enemy if you do not train it. Your mind will tell you stories that are not true. It will catastrophize. It will replay painful memories. It will worry about futures that will never happen. You have to become the master of your mind instead of letting your mind master you. How do you do this? Through awareness. Start noticing your thoughts. Start catching yourself when you spiral into negativity. Start questioning the stories your mind tells you. Is that thought true? Is it helpful? Is it kind? If not, replace it with a thought that is true, helpful, and kind. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools you have for training your mind. You do not need to sit in lotus position for hours. You do not need to empty your mind completely, which is impossible anyway. You just need to spend a few minutes each day sitting quietly, breathing deeply, and observing your thoughts without getting caught up in them. This practice will change your life. It will give you space between stimulus and response. It will help you react less and respond more. It will connect you to the deeper, wiser part of yourself that is always calm, always knowing, always connected to me. Let me talk to you about your finances, because I know this has been a source of stress for you. You have been living in a mindset of scarcity, constantly worried about not having enough. But money is just energy. It flows. It comes and goes. The more you grip it with fear, the more it resists you. The more you trust that you will always have what you need, the more freely it flows to you. This does not mean you should be irresponsible with money. This means you should respect money, manage it wisely, save when you can, spend consciously, give generously, but not worship it or fear it. I am about to open up new streams of income for you. Some of these streams will come from expected sources, like raises or bonuses or new clients. But some will come from completely unexpected sources. Maybe you will find money you forgot about. Maybe someone will repay a debt you had written off. Maybe you will receive an inheritance or a gift. Maybe a hobby will turn into a business. Stay open. Stay alert. And when money comes, receive it with gratitude, manage it with wisdom, and share it with generosity. One of the keys to financial abundance is giving. This might seem counterintuitive. If you do not have enough, why would you give away what little you have? But giving is not about the amount. Giving is about the energy. When you give, even small amounts, you are telling the universe that you trust there is enough. You are opening the flow. You are affirming abundance. And what you give comes back to you multiplied. Give to causes you believe in. Give to people in need. Give to organizations doing good work in the world. Give tips generously. Give gifts thoughtfully. Give your time and talents freely. And watch what happens. You cannot give the universe. The more you give, the more you receive. It is a spiritual law. Now let me tell you about relationships, because this is an area where you have experienced so much pain. You have been hurt by people you loved. You have been betrayed by people you trusted. You have been abandoned by people you thought would always be there. And these experiences have made you afraid to open your heart again. You have built walls to protect yourself, but those walls that keep pain out also keep love out. You cannot live a full, joyful life with your heart locked behind walls. I am going to send you people who are safe, people who are trustworthy, people who are capable of loving you the way you deserve to be loved. But you have to be willing to let down your walls enough to let them in. This requires courage. This requires vulnerability. This requires risk. Yes, you might get hurt again. That is part of being human. But you will also experience connection, intimacy, joy, and love that make the risk worthwhile. Do not let past pain rob you of future happiness. The people who hurt you were not capable of giving you what you needed. That does not mean nobody is capable. It just means you had not met the right people yet. In your romantic relationships, stop settling for crumbs of affection. Stop accepting breadcrumbs from people who should be giving you a feast. Stop making excuses for people who do not show up for you consistently. You teach people how to treat you by what you accept. If you accept being treated poorly, people will treat you poorly. But when you know your worth, when you have standards, when you refuse to settle, you attract people who rise to meet those standards. The right person will not make you question where you stand. The right person will make it clear through their words and actions that you matter, that you are valued, that you are cherished. In your friendships, seek quality over quantity. It is better to have 2 real friends than 20 fake ones. Real friends show up. They listen without judging. They support without competing. They celebrate your wins without jealousy. They tell you hard truths with love. They invest in the relationship as much as you do. If you do not have friends like this right now, be patient. They are coming. And in the meantime, be that kind of friend to yourself. Treat yourself with the love, respect, and loyalty you seek from others. Let me tell you about your purpose, because you have been wondering about this. You have been asking what you are supposed to be doing with your life, what your calling is, what mark you are supposed to leave on the world. Here is what I want you to understand. Your purpose is not one specific thing. Your purpose is not a title or a career or a role. Your purpose is much simpler and much bigger than that. Your purpose is to love. Your purpose is to grow. Your purpose is to give. Your purpose is to be authentically yourself and to help others do the same. Everything else is just the vehicle through which you express that purpose. You might express it through your work. You might express it through art. You might express it through raising children. You might express it through starting a business. You might express it through volunteering. You might express it through the way you treat the cashier at the grocery store. There are infinite ways to fulfill your purpose. Stop waiting for some grand revelation about what you are supposed to do. Start doing what brings you joy, what uses your gifts, what serves others, what makes you feel alive. That is your purpose showing itself to you. And here is something else about purpose. It evolves. What brings you joy at 20 might not bring you joy at 40. What serves others in one season of life might not be what serves them in another season. Give yourself permission to change, to grow, to explore, to try new things. You are not locked into one path forever. Life is an adventure, a journey of discovery. Stay curious, stay open, stay willing to follow where your joy and your gifts lead you. Let me address something that might be uncomfortable, but needs to be said. You have been playing victim. You have been telling yourself a story that life happens to you, that you have no control, that you are powerless to change your circumstances. And I understand why you feel this way. You have been through difficult things. But at some point, you have to stop using your past as an excuse for staying stuck. You have to take responsibility for your life. Not responsibility for what happened to you, because much of that was not your fault, but responsibility for how you respond to what happened, for the choices you make moving forward, for the life you create from here. Playing victim keeps you powerless. Taking responsibility gives you power. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone to rescue you, and you rescue yourself. You stop waiting for circumstances to change, and you change how you relate to circumstances. You stop blaming others for your unhappiness, and you start creating your own happiness. This is hard. This requires you to grow up emotionally. But this is the only path to true freedom and fulfillment. Let me talk to you about your dreams. You had dreams once. Big, beautiful dreams about what your life could be. But somewhere along the way, you stopped dreaming. Maybe someone told you your dreams were unrealistic. Maybe you tried and failed and decided dreaming was too painful. Maybe you just got too busy surviving to have energy left for dreaming. But I am here to tell you that it is time to dream again. It is time to reconnect with that part of yourself that believes anything is possible. It is time to imagine what your life could look like if there were no limitations, no fears, no obstacles. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Who would you be if you were not afraid of judgment? How would you live if money was not an issue? What would bring you so much joy that you would do it, even if no one paid you? These questions will point you toward your dreams. And once you reconnect with those dreams, I need you to do something scary. I need you to start taking steps toward them. Small steps. You do not need to quit your job and move across the world tomorrow. You just need to take one small action that moves you in the direction of your dreams, and then another, and then another. Dreams become reality one small step at a time. As you move toward your dreams, you will encounter obstacles. This is guaranteed. But obstacles are not signs that you are on the wrong path. Obstacles are just part of the journey. Every worthwhile accomplishment requires overcoming obstacles. The question is not whether you will face challenges. The question is whether you will let those challenges stop you, or whether you will find a way around them, over them, or through them. And here is what I promise you. For every obstacle I allow in your path, I will also provide a solution. Sometimes the solution is obvious. Sometimes you have to search for it. But it is always there. Always. Keep looking. Keep trying. Keep believing. The breakthrough is coming. I need to talk to you about forgiveness again, because this is so important and so difficult. There is someone in your life who hurt you deeply, and you have been holding on to that pain for so long that it has become part of your identity. You define yourself partly through this hurt. You have told the story of what happened so many times that it has become a groove in your mind, a track that plays automatically. And every time you replay that story, you re-traumatize yourself. You give that person power over you again and again and again. It is time to let it go. Not because that person deserves forgiveness, not because what they did was okay, but because you deserve peace. You deserve freedom. You deserve to stop carrying this weight. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened. Forgiveness does not mean trusting that person again. Forgiveness does not mean allowing them back into your life. Forgiveness simply means releasing the emotional charge around what happened. It means deciding that you will no longer let this past event control your present moment. It means taking back your power. How do you forgive? Not by pretending you are not angry or hurt. Start by acknowledging the full truth of what you feel. Feel it. Express it in healthy ways like journaling, or talking to a therapist, or punching a pillow. Get it out of your body. Then, when you are ready, make a conscious choice to release it. This might be a process that takes time. You might have to choose forgiveness over and over again as the hurt resurfaces. But each time you choose it, it gets a little easier. And one day you will realize that when you think about that person or that event, there is no charge anymore. You are free. Let me tell you about the gifts I have waiting for you. Some of these gifts are tangible. Better health, more money, loving relationships, fulfilling work, a home that feels like a sanctuary, travel and adventure. These blessings are real and they are coming. But the greatest gifts I have for you are intangible. Peace that surpasses understanding, joy that is not dependent on circumstances, love that flows from within you rather than depending on others, wisdom that helps you navigate life's complexities, faith that sustains you through difficulties. These are the gifts that transform your life from the inside out. These are the gifts that can never be taken away from you. As you receive these blessings, both tangible and intangible, remember to stay humble. Remember where they came from. Remember that you are blessed to be a blessing. Share what you receive. Help others. Lift others up. Use your gifts to make the world a little brighter, a little kinder, a little more loving. This is how you honor the blessings. This is how you ensure they keep flowing. I want to close by reminding you of one fundamental truth. You are loved. Not because of what you do or achieve or accomplish. Not because you are perfect or have it all together. You are loved simply because you exist. You are loved with a love that is vast, eternal, and unchanging. You are loved in your joy and in your sorrow. You are loved in your strength and in your weakness. You are loved in your victories and in your failures. You are loved exactly as you are in this moment, and nothing you could ever do would change that. This love is not something you have to earn or prove yourself worthy of. This love is your birthright. You were born into it. You will die into it. And every moment in between, whether you feel it or not, this love surrounds you, flows through you, and carries you forward. When you truly understand this love, when you let it sink all the way down into the deepest parts of your being, everything changes. You stop looking for love outside yourself because you realize you are already swimming in an ocean of love. You stop trying to prove your worth because you know you are worthy simply by virtue of existing. You stop fearing the future because you know that this love will never leave you, never forsake you, never give up on you. My dear child, your new season is here. The winter of your life is over. Spring has arrived. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The flowers are beginning to bloom. Everything you have been through has prepared you for this moment. Everything you have learned has equipped you for what is coming. Everything you have survived has made you strong enough to handle the blessings that are about to overflow into your life. Step forward with confidence. Step forward with faith. Step forward with hope. Your best days are not behind you. Your best days are ahead of you. And I will be with you every single step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, celebrating with you, and loving you with a love that knows no limits and no end. Go now and embrace this beautiful new chapter of your life. You are ready. You are worthy. You are loved, and you are blessed beyond measure.